think that it would be really interesting, especially as we're in the age of technology, of AI, of what to trust and what not to trust. It is time for another Christian review of regular books, and today we are discussing The One by John Marrs. For those of you who have never seen one of these videos before, first I do my regular review, what you know and love to expect from a book review, with my own personal opinion of what I thought of the book. But then we get into my Christian review, and that's where I go over the basic pieces of the book that may or may not have a fellow believer wanting to read it. At the end of my Christian review, I also give an age range. If you're wanting more detailed information about these Christian reviews, you can click to the video that's pinned at the top of this playlist, or there should be a box here somewhere for you to click as well. Otherwise, just a real quick reminder that I don't want you to forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can stay up to date on all of these Christian reviews of regular books, which are coming out all the time, plus our podcast, The Journey We Share. But for now, let's go ahead and get into my regular review. The One by John Marrs is a sci-fi that I was not sure I was going to love. It took me a bit to get into, but I'm not gonna blame John Marrs on this one. I think it was me, and I think I was just so ready and prepared to not enjoy myself that I thought for sure I'm not going to enjoy it. However, John Marrs definitely captured my heart because this book had me guessing the whole time. It was twisty and turny and interesting and engaging, and I could not put it down. I wanted to know what happened. It very much felt like a Black Mirror episode and told a much larger story of trusting technology too much and what happens in that case. There is actually a show series out there about this book. However, I never watched it, and I don't know that I will. The book was so good, and I just kind of want to leave it at that. Like, it was fun, it was interesting, it kept me engaged. I loved it. There were a few ways that this book felt a little bit slow. So ultimately I rated the book 4.5 stars. It was still a fantastic read, and I still had a great time enjoying it. However, some of the lulls kind of took me out of the intensity and the twistiness and brought me just into like a story. Now let's go ahead and get into my Christian review. If you're wanting to see more of my day-to-day reading and rating journey, you can follow me on Goodreads. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, and I do have my own YouTube channel. And if you're wanting any of those links, you can check out the description box down below. Also, please don't forget that we don't want the conversation to end here. Please leave us a comment down below. Let us know what your thoughts were of this book or of other John Marrs books. I want to know what you've read and what you liked. Or you can send us an email at hello@trochia.org. The first category I always love to touch on because it's popular is smut or spice, and no, there is none in this book. Now, there are relationships and relationship dynamics, but nothing explicitly described. There is some explicit language. I believe John Marrs is British or English. A lot of times I've noticed that authors outside of the United States tend to use more explicit language as like kind of their norm, and so that is probably where I would see it. I wouldn't say it's so intense that it's distracting, but it's there. There is also some violence and gore. Again, it's not so described, however, it's there. I think this book would be great for anyone ages 16 and up. I think that it would be really interesting, especially as we're in the age of technology, of AI, of what to trust and what not to trust. I think it's a really good conversation for us to have with our teenagers and for teenagers to be reading on their own. Don't forget that we don't want to end the conversation here, so make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell, send us a comment, or you can email us at hello@trochia.org. And I cannot wait to see you on the next one.